TIZZ TALK Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, back to the TIZZ TALK Podcast. I'm your host, Chucktizz, Chuck Taco, Chuck, whatever the fuck you want to call me. It doesn't matter. This is another special episode, and I got my co-host on the line, Toowoketogobroke. Toowoke, what's up, baby?
Shit, just kicking it, man. Labor Day, chilling.
Labor Day chilling. He's got the glasses on. Labor Day chilling, man. That's what I'm talking about. Didn't that. Can't have dit without that, right?
Nah, man. So yeah, just been kicking it, swam in the pool, took the dog out. Yeah, had some lasagna. Very good.
Had some lasagna?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a little bit of pizza earlier. I had to get that pre-pizza power for the TIZZ Talk Podcast, bro.
Nice.
Yeah. It's, I think I've been eating a little bit too much pizza lately, but it is what it is. Still got my health with me.
Yeah, I mean, too much pizza. I mean, what does that mean? I mean, is it
I don't know. It's just too easy. It's right down the street.
Pizza should probably have its own section in the food group.
It's got all the nutrition. It's got tomatoes and meat,
tomatoes, cheese. You got bread. You got
bell peppers
meat,
and mushrooms, and not the magical ones, but you can always add those to them if you want to.
Nice.
Now, anyways, TIZZ Gang, TIZZ fam, thanks for tuning in. We might have a special guest joining us, maybe, but I'm not going to say anything about that until he actually shows up. It is Labor Day 2021. Man, Toowoketogobroke, this year's gone by really fast.
Yeah. It has, but it hasn't. I thought I had lived in my new house for much longer than I had, that it's only really been a few months.
When did you move in?
That was great. May, late.
That's right. Yeah. Tony Soprano over here. I forgot about that.
I was thinking it was like 6 weeks or like 6 months ago, but no, it was only like 3.
6 months ago, we had just pulled out of that fucking freeze. Ted cruising for a fucking bruising.
Yeah, man.
Fuck that shit. Man. But yeah, to all the hard workers out there like myself, Toowoketogobroke, and everybody else, happy Labor Day. If anybody actually practices it for what it really means anymore. I
think you inherently do. If you get the day off, then it's Labor Day. I mean, you didn't do any work. You didn't plan on doing any work. And
well, actually, I did a little bit, but it was more TIZZ Talk related and, Discord server for the stock stuff related and stuff like that. But that's not work. It's just, it's a hobby in a sense. Come tomorrow. It's full force. Back at it, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I guess it is. I did take advantage of the day, and I hope everybody else did too. We got a lot of things to talk about, TIZZ fam, TIZZ gang tonight. We have some interesting things that we looked at and would like to discuss. I don't know if we want to just kick it right off. I mean, maybe we should dive deep a little bit into about Labor Day, just a little bit, just to kind of inform people like where it came from. Or now, is that just too boring? Should we just
It's too boring.
Too boring. Okay, all right, got it. I'll take your word for that one. Okay, well, one of the other things that I think everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of you guys, a lot of you gals out there, have probably heard about this and probably have your own opinion on it. We're going to talk a little bit about DONDA versus CLB, which would be Kanye West dropped his album called DONDA. And then at the same week, you had Drake, who dropped CLB, which stands for Certified Lover Boy, with the weirdest fucking his album cover was so strange to me.
It was very weird.
I was like, what is wrong with both of these guys?
What has he got, like a baby on the way he's not telling anybody about or something?
I don't know, but he's obviously he hid his first child from everybody for the longest time until Pusha T called his ass out years ago.
Yeah.
You remember that?
He may have hid himself from the kid too, really, and then
he might have. I don't know.
Got put on blast a little bit, but
Pusha T called his ass the fuck out.
Well, I mean, I'll be real. I mean, I've never been a Drake fan, and I'm not a Drake hater. Like, good for the guy for making all the money. I mean, there's always those pop stars that make the most money. And in my opinion, he makes music for women, and he makes music that's like geared towards women and men being able to listen to it, but still be like some shit that some dudes in the hood will bump versus, you know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah,
steal ladies
it's
and
like gang.
club,
He's kind of got like some of this wannabe gangster kind of
R&B
shit,
and
but then it's
rap
like
and,
mixed with
yeah.
like, yeah.
But my problem with Drake has always been this. Is like, okay, so this is the guy that's going to do R&B and rap, and his voice isn't even good. It's like all nasally and shit. So I'm like, man, at least have somebody who, has like an actual dope ass voice to
I know,
to
like
do the
rest in
pop
peace to
music.
fucking Nate Dogg, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Nate Dogg, man.
Nate Dogg,
Shit.
baby. Nate Dogg,
Yeah.
man. It
Yeah.
ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. That was
Yeah,
some gangster
man.
shit right there. That nobody can touch him.
Yeah, we haven't seen singing and rap like Nate Dogg since Gangster's Paradise.
Coolio. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fucking one hit wonder over here, Coolio.
No, he had
Did he have a couple more? I think he had a couple.
Fantastic Voyage and a
Yeah,
couple
that's it.
little songs. I'm not gonna diss Coolio.
Yeah, I'm not dissing Coolio. He was said it at the time. It was the jam, dude. It was he also was like that movie, that song was featured in that movie with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Dangerous Minds.
Dangerous fucking Minds, dude. Like 1996. I don't even.
That's the only rap song my old man likes.
The
Gangster's Paradise.
Gangster's Paradise?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
For some reason, he liked that one. And then my mom liked Make Crack Like This. Make
Fuck it.
crack
Are you talking
like
about Master P?
Yeah.
Your mom liked that song.
Yeah, she was like, this song's so clever. That's what she'd always say.
It's got like that bubbling sound in the background.
Yeah,
like
she just thought it was really clever.
That's the fucking crazy
She thought it was just fun,
Oh my god.
Because like I jammed rap in my house. My sister didn't really. She listened to a little bit, but it'd be like Tribe Called Quest, more of that. Like she was more into like Tool and rock bands, like Nirvana.
Korn.
She's a little older. No, she wasn't. She was a little older, so it was like Nirvana, some Tool, some just shit like that. But she listened to a little bit of rap, and then I listened to like gangster rap. And so my mom,
and some Screw.
I had that old Iowa stereo, and fucking be jamming that Master P loud as fuck. And
make him say, "Oh."
I'd get love for the Make Crack Like This, but the rest of the CD.
I mean, I can only imagine why.
Well,
about to pull a kick dough, get that on the floor.
No, it wasn't even like what the content was. It was just the sound. But for some reason, Make Crack Like This just really, and it kind of had that groovy bass line. Like that song's awesome. Very underrated song.
Make Crack Like This.
You know what? All these remixes people are doing right now. Somebody should remake Make Crack Like This. Put P on it. Get some of these new cats on it.
Hey, man,
that would be a hit.
You're giving people too many ideas over here.
I want to hear it.
Well, let's make it ourselves. Fuck that.
Yeah.
No, man, Master P, man, fucking not Cash Money. What was his title name?
No Limit, man.
No Limit. My bad, dude. No Limit Soldiers, bro. Like I'll never forget watching an interview that Snoop did, and like it was funny. I know we're kind of gone off topic here a little bit, but he was talking about, I forgot who he was talking to. I think Snoop used to have his own YouTube channel at one point. He would have these like crazy interviews, and one time he had 50. Yeah. One time he had like 50 Cent on with like the whole G Unit clan, and like one of the G Unit guys like was from New Orleans, and like Snoop didn't know him, but he started talking. He's like, man, where you from? Like New Orleans or something? He's like, yeah, I'm from New Orleans. He goes, oh man. He's like, oh. He starts talking about the whole Death Row thing. He goes, I'll tell you this, man. When I left Death Row, and I didn't know this, Snoop went to No Limit. Snoop went to No Limit.
Yeah, and P told him not to beef with Suge, and he
he left the whole thing, and this is what Snoop said. He goes, I'll tell you this. He goes, no real rapper was actually seeing real money until they were with No Limit. That's when we started seeing that real paper. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
Master
I blew my mind.
P was the first guy to really to make money off of this shit.
Those P Miller fucking rims, dude, spinning.
Yeah, man. He was selling rims. He was the first one selling shoes, shirts. He had a movie. Remember that? I Got the Hookup. Yep. I mean, Master P was rap really for a little while to everything from like the little white kids to the dudes in the hood. You know what I mean? It was like Master P was gangster rap.
Yeah, and his son was like Little Romeo or something. He kind of had something for a little bit, obviously.
But dude, Ghetto D as a whole is one of the best rap albums. Like it's very underrated.
all of his stuff. I mean, not all of. Yeah, all of it.
Like Bourbons and Lax, weed,
Bourbons and
Hennessy.
Lax. You got Bourbons and Lax, man.
And
dude,
weed and Hennessy. I miss my homies. I
They're
mean,
all
just
classics.
track after track after track, man. I mean, that CD
classics. And
is
Pull
a
the Kick
classic.
Though, dude, with Pimp C and UGK.
Is that
I mean,
on
like,
Get OD?
I don't know if it's on that one. Actually, I don't know.
I think it might be, actually.
It might be,
it might be. But that album, man, is very underrated. And people don't really name P in their, like, top 25, 30, you know. But he really belongs in the top, like, I don't know. I'd say 30
he's doing
at
bigger
least.
things than Suge and them were, dude. And he was just
Yeah,
like
exactly.
under the radar, and that's how you should
And
be.
dude,
man,
that Mystical album, I think it was the second one, not the first one. But that
Shake your ass. What you say?
Yeah, it was like Game Over and then Mystical or whatever. I can't remember what it was called, but dude, that shit went pretty hard too.
Hard in the paint, dude. That's some
No
old school
Limit
shit
was
right there.
No Limit, and then Cash Money, you know, followed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously, Cash Money, Young Money, whatever. I mean, they did their own thing, and you know now
Master P was like mid '90s, and then Cash Money was taking over for the '99.
late '90s. Yeah.
Remember that song, "Taking Over for the '99"?
Yeah, that one, and then they have the number one
You're working with
stunner.
Smash,
What? Number one
Yeah.
stunner. What? I mean, dude, yeah. New Orleans was the hotbed for a moment for the South. I mean,
Dude, for a long
Atlanta was out too, and then Houston really hit the map.
Yeah.
Like really hit the map.
Atlanta, yeah, Outkast, but really,
Outkast
you're right.
really-
New Orleans dominated the game for like 7 years.
Yeah, and I'll never forget. Was it the Source Awards or whatever when Andre came up on stage and he said something. He was like, you know,
He's like,
the South got something to say.
Yeah.
The South got something to say, and then sure enough, you know, Outkast was one of the biggest fucking groups ever.
And that was dope because they deserved it for that shit. That was the dopest. I mean, those Aquemini and AT Aliens are still
All of
you know,
AT Aliens is fucking
top albums of all time.
Dude,
like
yeah,
you know,
I mean, all their albums are actually really good. All of them, honestly. And I think that might have been the same Source Awards when all that shit went down with fucking, you know, East Coast, West Coast, when fucking, you know, Suge came on stage, talk shit about Puffy. He's like, you want your producer all in the video, dancing, and then, you know, Dre won the award with Snoop for Nothing But a G Thing, and then they came up there and everybody was like booing, and Snoop went off on everybody. He's like, the East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Y'all don't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Y'all don't love us. Y'all don't love us. And then like there's a documentary called The Defiant Ones. If y'all haven't seen it, please go watch it. It's like Jimmy Iovine, Dr. Dre, but they recap this and like Nas is talking. He's like, and they stop for a second. Nas is like, is he getting ready to say fuck New York? You know, and like because that would have been fucked up because everybody was strapped up in there, dude. It was like Wu-Tang Clan up in that motherfucker. I mean, it was crazy. And then but Snoop didn't say fuck New York. He did it correctly. He said, well, let it be known then. We know where the fuck we at. We know this East Coast, you know? And then like Snoop said something, he's like, you know, you match aggression with aggression. But you match aggression with love. And I thought that was a really like powerful statement because it stopped, you know, basically like Nas after they said, he's like, all right. Well, basically it's like, all right, you got to pass. If it wasn't for Snoop, now y'all get the fuck on out of here. Cause like, But I mean, that was the 90s, man. That was some fucking gangster shit going on, dude. That whole thing was wild, dude. And I'm telling Tizz fam, if you have not seen The Defiant Ones, it's on HBO, or if you can find it wherever you want. It's a 4-part docuseries of it's revolved around Dr. Dre, NWA, and Jimmy Iovine. You probably don't even know who that is, and I'm not going to get into it. He's like a hero of mine. Dude is amazing, just brilliant as can be. But just watch it. Just watch it because it goes into everything. And you don't have to like rap to like it because I mean, this guy Jimmy Iovine signed just about everybody: Bruce Springsteen, Tom Petty, the 9 Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson, No Doubt. I mean, he did everybody. Yeah, and it was wild. But anyways, maybe we've got a little bit off. I really want to get back to Certified Lover Boy and Donda Donda Donda.
That's how we got here.
Yeah, tangents as usual. But yeah, no, I mean, have you listened to both?
I've listened to both. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I didn't like some shit, I skip because I'm definitely I've jammed a lot more Kanye than I have Drake, but I'm not, generally speaking, I'm not going to jam necessarily either one except for like Kanye and like, some features he had on some other people's shit that I really like, or some of his, early shit I like.
His stuff's just gone downhill, man. And I'm not going to lie. Every album that he's dropped after My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which came out in 2011, which is one of my favorite albums that Kanye ever dropped. Everything after that has been, in my opinion, pretty fucking trash. Now, there's been good songs here and there on some of them, but man, like
Yeah.
Jesus,
He's just
horrible
like,
album.
he's a real marketing guy. And at this point, he's, blown up so much that,
He's like lost his mind too. I mean, I don't know what is going on with the dude. I mean, but he marries the most famous chick in the world.
but I will say this, like, Donda was not good. But there's a few moments in it that are kind of like unique, I'd say, where you're like, you're not going to hear it elsewhere, there was just
That's
times
how he
I don't know,
always is. He's always doing some of that different kind of shit.
It's
So,
almost like more like classical, like, I mean, and loosely, what I mean is like, it's kind of this thing, and then all of a sudden you kind of get off on these little tangents here and you know what I mean, like all over the place. You kind of get these little spots that are kind of unique.
it's like dit and dat.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't that? It's like if you had a jam band of like produced rap. You know what I mean? Like it's like it always comes back to this central sound, and then it goes here, it goes there, it comes back though.
You're right though. I mean, Kanye as a producer, I fucking love the guy as a producer.
Yeah.
I respect his talent as a musical producer. Now, some of his lyrics, and given he's got good lyrics. Now, I gotta say, I listened to the whole album.
And as far as like a sample, yeah, I mean, chopping a sample up and making crazy sounds, like
he's so good.
Yeah. But I mean, it just wasn't content-wise. It wasn't a good album.
I agree. I don't think it was a good album at all. I respect his talent as a producer. I don't really think he's like the best lyricist.
And what I respect about it is at least he's doing something different and trying whatever comes to his mind. You know what I mean?
And
like,
that's what it's all about, though. I mean,
he's more of an artist than Drake ever could be.
Yeah, maybe Drake should go back to Degrassi.
Drake should make, and that's the thing people don't remember too, is like Drake was like a nerd, man, and now he's blown up, and I'm sure he is going to change, and he should, but so far it's just always the same thing over and over and over.
Oh, you said it perfectly. You took the words out of my mouth. I listened to his album. I was like, well, the one thing I can't say is this sounds exactly like a fucking Drake album.
Yeah, exactly. But it was like a little bit lower level of a Drake album, I would say.
It was very R&B-ish. He had some kind of like the one song on there that I thought was kind of cool. At first, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna jam." It was he took the "Good Week, Good Drink, Big," but he took that beat and slowed it down, and all of a sudden he started singing R&B shit over it. I was like, "Oh man, don't ruin it."
Yeah, exactly.
Don't fucking ruin that. Oh my god, like. Same thing you did with the back in the day with the June 27th beat.
Yeah, and then the song they're trying to make hot off of it is that "I'm Too Sexy" shit.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, man, that shit is lame. Like, if any other artist came out with that, they'd be dragging Future and Drake. But since it's Drake, it's like kitschy or whatever, and people like it. But I mean, that shit is low quality. Like
both of these guys are probably the top two most paid attention to like rappers / hip hop stars today.
Yeah,
paid attention to, not the best, but paid attention to. And like Drake, like who's gonna hate hearing this, Mr. R.A.P.P.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah, dude is fucking insane with that shit, dude.
Yeah, your boy Aubrey's tripping, dog. His CD's whack. Like it's. If it was
OVO for life, baby.
Drake's gets this album would be, if anybody else came out with it, they'd be calling it a 5, but since it's Drake, they'll call it a 7, or 6.5 or some shit.
It's like Boys to Men can do better than that. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, man. Oh my life.
Well, yeah, I want to read something real quick because I got this article pulled up. So Drake versus Kanye album sales. So Kanye West's latest album, Donda, was released on the 29th of August of this year, while Drake drops Certified Lover Boy on September 3rd, leaving West 2 fewer days of sales and streams than Drizzy. According to chart data stated by hotnewhiphop.com, Donda secured a total of 327,270 album equivalent units, with 44,311 arriving by way of traditional sales in the first week of release. I guess that means like CDs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because everything's fucking streaming these days. So, but Donda sells 327,000 units first week. Although Certified Lover Boy, there's a tweet here. Hang on. Who tweeted this? I don't know. That's not important. Sorry. Okay. Although Certified Lover Boy's first week confirmed sale figures have not yet been released, many have predicted the Canadian rapper's upcoming stats. By reflecting upon Drake's previous album success, digitalmusicnews.com predicted CLB's possible upcoming sales as the following. While Scorpion, Drake's 2018 studio album, sold 732,000 copies in the first week of release, 2020's collection of leaks and unreleased named Dark Lane demo tape sold 227,000 copies in the same period of time. What the fuck is that? I don't even know what that means. Did he put out something in 2020? I don't even know. I guess I'm not with the times, Tizz fam. Reportedly,
Not with the Drake times.
not with the Drake times. You know, I still got to harp on this. I don't know why he gets to call himself OVO. I was born 3 days before that motherfucker. Fuck that shit. I'll say that till the day I die. Reportedly, Certified Lover Boy can expect to sell between 500 to 700,000 copies in the first week of release.
What Drake's problem is this, and he's still selling, but don't get me wrong, if he keeps doing this, he will really flatline and start to decline as his sellability. You got to adapt.
He's past his peak, in my opinion. Sorry to cut you off, but I think
he could, if he changed his whole, thing up, then maybe he could stay relevant for the next 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, but I think
you know what? He probably will still be around, not relevant. I don't know, but he seems to be still just every time he does something, it's number one. It's just for the most part, most people just fucking love that shit. I mean, whatever it is that he puts out, it usually ends up being number one on the charts every fucking time.
Yeah,
I mean, it's crazy, but and don't get me wrong, I used to actually be a big Drake fan.
You know what Drake is? Think about it like the world of beer. Okay,
beer,
just beer.
Like
compare
beer.
Drake to beer.
Okay,
Drake is Bud Light.
Which is the worst beer.
But it's the best beer, right? Because it sells the most. And how can you argue with that, right? Like, it's like, oh, gosh, like, yeah, I mean, okay, it sells the most. That doesn't mean it's the best. That's Drake right there. You can't argue against people who love Drake because he sells the most. So it's like, well, you can never argue with that. And but he's Bud Light.
Good
is he the best
analogy.
beer? No, he's just the most generic selling. He's the most generic artist out there. So it's just, he can sing a little bit. They push his image, and they spend a lot of money behind Drake. You know what I mean? To push his shit.
He's also like the White Claw of the seltzer game, which is honestly the shittiest in my opinion.
Yeah, but Bud Light. I like comparing him. He's Bud Light.
It's a better comparison for sure. Yours is without a doubt.
What kind of beer do you drink? You drink IPA. What do you drink?
I mean, IPAs for the most part. If I want a light beer, I'm gonna drink like a Modelo or something.
See, I only drink dark beer.
I know, we talked about this last time.
And so to me, Drake is like the worst because I like dark beer. Now, somebody who likes lighter beers, they may still not love the guy, but they say, well, okay, I like him. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people that he can encompass. And unfortunately, I'm just a dark beer drinker, and he sucks.
OVO for life, baby.
Yeah, no, people just got to quit nut hugging and dick riding. And
I mean, I felt guilty too.
They got to quit hating too. That's what I said. I don't hate on the guy. Like, I see the marketing and the vision, and execution was good. And boom.
I mean, the business plan and his strategy behind it is flawless. I mean,
he's a business.
He is definitely at the top of the game right now. I mean, dude's made he's probably close to being a billionaire at this point. I mean, I don't know, but you got to realize, I mean, his mentor was Wheezy, who by all means is
who anecdotally, supposedly when he first heard Drake, he was like, "What is this crap?" Like, the guy's voice, like, "What the fuck is this?" And then he ends up being the one that sells it all, and it's like,
but do you know why that happened? And you know who got him? Like, who actually pushed it was Jay Prince of Rap-A-Lot Records.
Yeah,
Rap-A-Lot Records got a hold of Drake first. So no matter what Drake drops, I don't know if anybody y'all know this, but when Rap-A-Lot Records, owned by Jay Prince is a motherfucking gangster. Okay, that dude is a gangster. He's been indicted on so many fucking things, and he's never lost a court case ever. And it's like the death row of the South. You know what I mean?
But way more stable and
way more dangerous too,
and way more organized. Yeah, for sure.
And they got a hold of him.
Even Master P, like
same kind of concept. Like, same concept. But without Rap-A-Lot stepping in and Jay Prince, they put him in touch with Wheezy.
Yeah,
and then Wheezy took him under his wing. So now every time Drake drops anything, doesn't matter, Young Money, whatever. Rap-A-Lot gets a nice little chunk of change every single time, dude. Every time. And a lot of people don't realize that. I think it was actually portrayed a lot more in this album because Jay Prince, or well, not Jay Prince, but like, you know, he's got that song where DJ Screw's on there talking at the beginning, you know, shout out to the couple girls out there, you know. It's like, it's almost a, look, Drake, this is not your city, Houston. Like, stop treating it like your fucking second home. I don't know why you think it is. It's not.
Well, you know, Jay Prince is H-Town and is Texas and Louis. You know, he runs that whole shit. So,
yeah, I get that, but
that's why he gets the pass. I'm just saying that's why, you know.
No, I know, I get it, but it's just.
But I have a feeling if they're smart, they'll make his next album like a real drug type album, like real crazy and trippy, and people.
Well, you know, I really like that one song he did with Rick Ross.
Type of, what's that?
I like that one he did with Rick Ross. You know, "Money in the Grave." Like that was some pretty gangster hard. You know, that was some "When I Die, I Put My Money in the Grave." You know what song I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So that song was hard. That song went hard. And the reason why I like it a lot, it actually reminds me of Chi-Town. You know, rest in peace. But just the way the things he said, you know, he's like, you know, when I put my money in the grave, like I really got to put a couple people in their place, like just, you know, just laughed every people. I mean, that song went hard. That song I really did. But like that, those are those types of Jersey songs that I enjoy. And I don't like that lovey-dovey shit, dude. And the CLB, Certified Lover Boy, like the fucking cover of the album, like what is this shit?
It's whack, and they know
it's so whack.
You know it's whack. Quit, just admit it to yourselves.
People. I mean, at least Donda's album cover was cooler than that. But I got it. Well, we can talk about this forever, right? But in my opinion, both albums sucked. Really, they did. They did not live up to the standards that I expected them to. Both of them. If I had to choose. And it's, I think I'm gonna have to lean more towards Kanye on this. I really am. I didn't say that at first, but after listening to Drizzy's and then going back and listening to some of Donda and then going back and listening to somebody, I was like, you know, I got to lean more towards Kanye. And at first, I did not think that's the way I was gonna say this.
I'm the same way.
Because Donda was because of those
moments, simply because of those moments that I did enjoy of Donda. See, whereas I could listen to a whole Drake album and have very few moments where I'm actually, besides features. You know, besides features, anytime Drake is rapping or singing, I just, you know, there's certain tones that certain people's ears don't like. I don't like Drake's voice. You know what I mean? So almost no matter what he does, if he's talking or singing, I'm probably not a big fan of it just because of it's actually offensive to my ears, his voice. Yeah. Whereas Kanye, I have moments where I'm like, okay, that was cool. Or this was, you know, I'll never get that except for when, like, you know, one of his features is on, but that doesn't really, to me, features don't count as what you're doing.
Fuck if it's on the radio. So most of the songs I like anyway are the ones that aren't.
Yeah, exactly.
For the most part. Real quick, there's someone to read this real quick. So Spotify also announced, okay, here. Well, basically Sunday, August 29th, which is a little over a week ago, Kanye's Donda broke the 2021 record for the most streamed album and artist in one day. Okay.
Nice.
Now, let's follow up with this. Drake, Friday, September 3rd, CLB became Spotify's most streamed album in a single day ever. So, and let me ask you this. Purposely?
I heard there was something about that, though, because Spotify, like, pushes the Drake album and doesn't push the Kanye. I heard something a little funky about that, but I wasn't sure if any of it had any reality to it.
See, that's the kind of shit I don't know, but I mean, coincidentally, and there's been some beef, okay?
I think they use it just to sell more.
Well, there's been beef though between Kanye and
No, I know, yeah.
And I heard some crazy shit. I was listening to Ross Bolin. Okay, he was talking about this recently in one of his pods. Shout out Ross Bolin, RBP, gang, big influence to the TIZZ TALK podcast. But he was saying, and I'm sure he fact checked this, but at one point in time, and I don't know when this was, it wasn't that long ago, Drake and Kanye were having some serious fucking problems. And some things were said, like, along the lines of where Kanye had done some, and who knows how to, like, some homosexuality kind of things or whatever. I don't know the details. I'm going off of Ross.
I believe it just because of all the Jesus stuff. That's usually what people do that, you know, that don't want to be gay.
And I just don't know the details behind it. But all I know is this, as a rebuttal, Drake actually wrote a song of several verses, like going at Kanye's neck, and was going to drop this shit. And Jay Prince from Rap-A-Lot Records stepped in and said, this can't be dropped. This will fuck this will change the rap game and fuck the rap game forever and fucking put an end to that shit real quick.
That's weak.
Well, I mean, Jay Prince is a businessman, and I get it.
He's the one that ended the Pusha T beef too. He told him, "No, you ain't fucking around with Pusha T. You're never gonna win that battle because obviously Pusha T is a way better rapper,
and he's also a fucking like Chicago fucking gangster.
So it's just sorry, but that's what he said. He goes, "See, pigs." He goes, "You got to get down in the mud if you want to." I can't remember what he said exactly, but he was like, some old
pigs eat, hogs get slaughtered.
It was something like that. He's like, "See, you ain't gonna go down to their level. You got to get in the mud if you want to wrestle with a pig or some shit like that." But he was like, "You gonna stay out of the mud." But yeah, I mean, I don't like that. I think that the hip hop.
I don't know the detail. I don't know the details behind it. Again, I'm going off what Ross said, and he's pretty up with the times with this kind of stuff.
The funny thing about Jay Prince to me is like I've never had a problem with him. I always thought, oh man, he's gangster, whatever, whatever you've heard. But I thought that shit was funny with NBA YoungBoy, dude. He kind of looked like an idiot. I know he's not an idiot, but he looked like an idiot when he was beefing with NBA YoungBoy for a little bit there.
All right, so we just got we got our third guest, we got our second guest here who hasn't been on the TIZZ Talk podcast in over a year. The last episode this guy was on was "It's Time to Make a Path While These Other People Drive Straight." The 3-hour episode.
Hey, look, he looks like Benjamin. He looks like Benjamin Franklin.
It's so funny that you say that because we talked about Benjamin Franklin on that episode that he was last on. You were like, "I'm going to go read a book about
like Benjamin Franklin."
Oh my god! So Larry, what's up, man? What's good, man? You've been MIA. You've been in Mexico, bro. You've been you've been doing your own thing for a while. Now you're back.
I'm back, baby. I'm done with all my hoeing for at least a few months, man. Clean up my act for a few months.
Sometimes you need to take a break.
Yeah, sometimes you got to dance with the dolphins to understand that you don't like to swim.
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounded a little weird. So that sounded sus.
Yeah, because the truth is I did like it, man. Pussy was good. And I'm just trying to act all high and mighty out of nothing, okay?
I mean, come on. You got to tell me it was a good time, right?
Oh, it was awesome, man.
You look like you were living it up, man.
Yeah, man. It's cooler to vibe with people down there, too, man. If you're cool, people don't think like, oh, how does he fit into my group? They're just like, yeah, what's up? What's up?
I mean, you're that type of you have that kind of soul, dude.
I've been told I have Cali vibes, no homo.
Cali vibes, Cali vibes.
They like me, man, but so Cali, but no. I mean, you can just tell about the. My house go up there. No, y'all were talking about Drake. Y'all talking about Donda.
Yeah, we were talking about Donda versus.
Which one was better? Did you even listen to either one?
Did you listen to him, folk?
I listened to Donda. Well, I shouldn't say I listened to. I skimmed through a lot of it because it sucked. But I did listen to a few songs, and I thought, okay, it sucked, but it was better than Drake for sure.
CLB, Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah, CLB is.
The fuck kind of name is that anyway?
I mean, for a guy his age, that's kind of silly at this point. Yeah, we know girls want to fuck you.
A guy his age, he's fucking my age, but I'm older than him.
Yeah, but I'm not going to make an album called. You're not going to make an album called Certified Lover Boy.
Hell no, I'll make no fucking drugs and hoes, baby, drugs and hoes, FUBAR style.
My point wasn't that he can't be fucking with chicks at his age. He just shouldn't be acting like that's like some 25-year-old shit.
If you are, then it needs to be something like a little bit more like certified dick slanger or something. Then it's like, right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
CDL, or CDS.
And all the girls in the cover. I don't know if you saw the covers, a bunch of pregnant women with
it's a bunch of fucking pregnant. I was like, what the fuck is up with that fucking album
Like he's such
cover?
a man. But your album cover talked with a bunch of different colored women, but if you look into me in different ways, like one would have her hair all messed up, and the other would have her shirt all ripped.
Yeah, like one would be having me pulling her
panties
hair.
Pulling up.
Pulling her hair and shit.
Well, so no, man, the Kanye album, weak. Drake album, weak. But this is where we're at. But music is so bad, there's no accountability. So back in the day, even if someone was your favorite artist, I was big Led Zeppelin because they were like gods back in the day. So they come with a whack album, 79, that wasn't as good as their shit 75. People aren't sugarcoated. They're saying it's okay. It's got a few songs, but Led Zeppelin's not like they used to be. But these kids, there's just no good music. They don't want to admit. They don't want to hold people accountable. You could say, Drake, this is a soft album from you, but instead they just argue about whose album is better than. Where it's like, let's just be real.
Yeah, that's a
both albums were mediocre. Let's be real. Because any other time in history they would have said Drake fell off. They would have said Kanye fell off.
Are they even mediocre? Are they even mediocre?
They're not even mediocre. There's no banger on either album. There's not one actual bang. You know, bangers at times you can hear it. You just sound like you've heard it already. You're like, ooh, that beat, it already.
And you know what? To be honest, man, I wish these dudes would use some more ghostwriters. People always talk about they use ghostwriters. I wish they had some better ones.
Yeah, Drake, why don't you let Weezy write your fucking verses going forward?
Yeah, I mean, give me some shit. I mean, even the lines that people were focusing in on, they weren't even good. They weren't even like dope lines where you're like, oh shit, like nothing blew your mind, nothing.
Not at all. I mean, Kanye blew my mind, and he just proved that he was that fucking crazy from the get go.
Yeah, well,
in my opinion, I mean, dude's fucking nuts. But
yeah, like I said, a couple moments in the Donda were kind of interesting, but
he's a great producer. As we said this right, great producer. But other than that,
his beats were kind of fucked up on this one a little bit.
No, I agree. I mean, his beats have gone downhill for the past 3 or 4 albums. I mean,
I'm gonna sum it up for you. You just listen to those Donda beats. If it's not Kanye West, you think it's like PlayStation 4 fantasy background music.
Yeah.
That's what the beats sound like.
Yeah.
And then the Drake.
What?
And if you listen to the Drake, what you think is it sounds like a bunch of club songs, but none of them are catchy.
Yeah.
Not one
like,
catchy.
They're way too like R&B-ish, man. I just don't dig it. If you're an R&B, I like the weirdest sound. That's like Boys to Men, man. They'll put fucking Drake to shame, bro.
I mean, this is how mediocre it was at best. Is that he even made Future not look cool with that "I'm too sexy" shit.
Yeah,
he did.
Like that's hard to do.
And Future always looks cool.
Yeah, he can just about say anything, and even on this one, I was like, "What?"
He didn't look cool at all.
Like, how did they get Future on this shit? Like,
Future runs with Drake, dude.
No, I know, but I would have just thought like he would have spoke up in the studio to be like, "Bro, we could do something better than this." I mean,
but see, that's the problem. That's what I was saying. It's like everybody wants to be part of groups now. It's always been a part of humans, but now more than ever, everybody don't stand on their own. So instead of being realistic, being like, yeah, the Drake album is not as good. Fools are part of a Drake group, and so instead of just admitting it, they have to battle over what It's like just admit it. It's a mediocre album. Hopefully, this next one will be better. You got a Dick Tracy watch?
I agree with that, Larry. I really do. I listened to both, and I didn't. Donda came out first. I was like, oh, this is fucking just straight garbage. And then fucking Drizzy's came out, and fucking. I was like, okay, this sounds exactly like any other fucking Drake album, bro. I was like, there's no difference here. And I got really excited when they dropped when the one song he dropped was the dun 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 dun. Like good weed, good Drake, and then he starts fucking singing R&B bullshit over it. It's like, don't ruin that fucking classic. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You are not. You like Toowoketogobroke said earlier before you got on. I mean, I was like, dude, Houston is not your home, dude. It's maybe your second home because you're lucky because Jay Prince has your fucking back. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. And my stand on it is both of the albums suck. They didn't stand up to anything. And honestly, Kanye's has gone downhill so much over the years. His last good album, in my opinion, was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
So what
in
year
2011.
was that? 2011. Wow.
That was his, not only the last best album, I think it was his best album ever. It really was that good. And ever since then, it's been trash.
The times we live in, the worse your music gets, the more they claim you're a genius. It's wild.
Yeah, because there's a lot of
genius is an excuse for everything these days. Oh, he's a genius. That's why the beat doesn't have to sound good or feel good when you hear it. He's a genius.
I mean, he is a genius when it comes to production.
Lyrics don't matter. That's what they always say. The lyrics don't matter. Like, okay, well, what the fuck they were saying anything for then?
I mean, if lyrics didn't matter, then what the fuck is Eminem doing?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's just what they say.
You know what the better album was Nas's new album. Better than both of those. Fucking EPMD 2, dude. That shit was fire, dude. Fucking fire. When I listened to that shit, I was like, Nas's verse was so good. I was like, is Eminem going to be able to pull this off? Because I've been waiting decades for those two to be on a jam. And Eminem did his thing. He did his thing. That was a great fucking jam, dude. That song is sick.
And I haven't listened to all of Eminem's catalog. I gave up after the first 3 albums, but he doesn't seem to rap about money that much. But in that album, he rapped about throwing millions out the car.
The window, yeah, but that was just a joke.
No, I know, it was tight. It was tight hearing it from him, though. You don't ever hear him
He's like, lady, my money's so crazy. I just tossed the bill out the window of my mobile while I'm on the freeway, whatever. I mean, like, he's just fucking around. I mean, he just has those words, dude. It's insane how he just can turn words into, I don't know, man. He's on
200 million.
Yeah. Another level, dude. I love him. Y'all know I love him. Yeah. I love Wheezy. I love these guys. I mean, anyways, bottom line, I think the conclusion to the story is both of these albums were whack.
It doesn't matter which one was better or which one was worse. They both shouldn't be listened to.
You're not going to listen to Kanye when you're taking drugs. You're not going to listen to this Drake album when you're fucking your bitch. Both of them are broke.
Yeah, put on some Sade. You got to put on some Sade.
Yeah.
Or some of that OG Ron C. Fuck Action 23. That's some Houston shit, Tizz Gang. You don't even know what I'm saying, but
yeah. Well, I know what you're saying.
I think we've spent enough time on these two guys. The other thing we want to talk about. So, Toowok, you said 200 and what laws?
Well, look it up. Let's share.
I did. I looked it up. It didn't say 200. It's
how many laws?
Check this out. Here's the Texas Tribune. I'm gonna read this article out for you, or the title of it. 666 new Texas laws go into effect on September 1st. Here are some that might affect you. Now, let me get this straight. 666, 666.
The mark of the beast.
Mafia.
And some,
what the fuck?
Some might affect you. Well, if they don't, then what the fuck are you passing them for? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Well, the number one. I mean, here we go. But here we go. Here's a list of the new laws you should know about. Number one, Texas 2022-2023 budget. SB1, I don't know what that means, provides nearly $250 billion for Texas, with notable funds going towards public higher education. Governor Abbott, aka Professor Xavier, line item vetoed the part of the budget that funds the Texas legislature and the people who staff it, but lawmakers may restore funding during this summer's second special session. There's one. Number two, permitless carry. Permitless carry. For fucking
I'm pro-gun. I think if you can carry a gun, I think you should be able to just carry. I'm actually for that one.
If you can piss on your own, you can carry a gun.
Anything that gives you more freedom, I'd say go for it. Like,
let me ask you this. If someone's whooping your ass personally in the bar, Toowok, when is the line where it's okay for you to shoot them? Because I know you're a cool guy. I mean, you're not just going to shoot someone just because they're like, when is it? You know what I'm saying?
When you feel like your life is in danger.
Yeah, when your life's in danger. If you're just
so even if someone just punches you for no reason, that's still not good enough cause to end their life.
You gotta feel
like someone just side punches you for no reason.
You got to feel like you're about to be killed. I mean, like your life is in danger.
Yeah.
I agree. But you
don't just pull a gun out because somebody like punches you.
You're not supposed to have a gun at a bar anyways.
Right.
Yeah, true.
And that still holds its place. You can't just walk over. That's still there. But yeah, I mean, like if someone just, hits you, you don't just shoot them. I mean, now if you're at the point where you're like, you think you might be about to be killed, then fucking blast away on these assholes.
Yeah.
Sorry. I saw a video yesterday where they just got punched and they're both talking shit each other. As soon as they got punched and he's blah, blah, blah.
Well, that's just the fucking biggest pussy move you could do. I mean, like just fucking fight. Like,
at least declare it. Declare it. I have a gun. If you punch me, it will now be a gun. At least declare it, before you just
or you don't just shoot somebody for fucking getting hit. I mean, just be a man and fight.
You should be able to say, "Hey, you want to fight? No, you want to duel? No, okay, then shut the fuck up. Let's move along." I
mean, if you're getting your ass beat by like 7 guys, and like your life is in danger at that point, because if they ain't stopping, I mean, they kill you. I mean, fucking shoot them. But if it's some fucking stupid shit, don't just use that fucking permitless carry thing as a fucking reason to just like shoot somebody after you get fucking, get hit because you can't fight and you're trying to prove a point. You're going to prove your point right to the fucking jailhouse is what you're going to do, you dumb motherfucker.
And so what do y'all think? Is rape in jail a made up thing for movies? Does it not happen near as much? Just movies make you think, oh, it's so scary, you're going to get raped. That's really not.
Never happened.
I think there's probably, some people that get raped a lot. And then most people don't.
Whoa. So you're telling me there's marks, so they just can't help it, that whatever.
There's got to be marks. There's got to be marks.
I mean, that fresh meat. That's what they call them.
Whoa.
That's what they call them, man. Fresh meat, baby.
This is true, Chuck. I had a friend who was Mexican looking, super Mexican. He grew up around Mexicans. He was in jail. So he was hanging out with them, lifting weights, either hanging with the racist white guys, the Mexicans, the blacks. And, once they ask you to join their gang, if you don't, then they'll no longer protect you. Then it's like, we asked you to join. You're too good for us. Like, no, then you can go hang on your own. So he been hanging out for a while, not trying to join the gang. And finally, one day they asked him. And luckily his name, he's half Asian. And so he told him, oh man, I can't, I'm Japanese. Like, what are you talking about? You're not Japanese. He goes, yeah, man, my last name. Japanese, bro. They go, oh yeah, that's right. It is. But yeah, he got lucky because he was able to hang out with the gang the whole time he was there, have the crew, but he never had to join up and get the tap.
Well, thank God I haven't been back in Harris County fucking jail in quite some time. But
sitting in the Harris County jail.
Basically, the only way you avoid jail, never yell at a woman, ever, even in your private setting, when your neighbors could be a square, and never drive in your car. Basically, as long as you don't go in your car, you won't get arrested.
Yeah.
Like you can sit in your house all day, smoking your crack, fapping, plotting on pieces of paper. As long as you stay out of the car, you'll be good.
Yeah, the car is where they get you. It's where they can circumvent your rights the most. They can just say they smelled something, saw something. Who's to say?
Hey, and that brings me back to the Pot Brothers at Law. Shut the fuck up Fridays.
Yeah.
The script. Y'all need to learn that script, baby. Y'all need to learn that script.
Yeah.
Nah, dude. All I'm saying from now when I get pulled over, Chuck, is I turn on 610 radio real loud and I go, howdy. They like that. And even if you bang the side of the car when you say it too, they like that. Like you're good old boy. You have 610 radio going, just like me. Oh yeah, dude, they all listen to sports radio. Whatever time you're listening to local sports radio, whatever time you're when the cops pull you up. Because I was bumping DMX, I used to such a hard head. And then I was like, Brett, you're 33 now. Just instead of being like, fuck you for wasting my fucking time, pig, I try to just be chill. And so I turned off the DMX last minute and I put on the 610 and he loved it, man. He's like, oh, you're like me, you're a guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to violate a guy. I wouldn't like that. But that's how they get you, because they see you as less than them because you do drugs or because you're black or you have long hair. But as soon as they see you as as a guy, that don't sit right.
Yeah,
man,
I think you're right.
We've harped on this Toowoketogobroke on the most listened to episode of the TIZZ TALK Podcast, the War on Drugs.
Oh yeah, but the popo, so there's your ticket out. Put on the sports radio, guys. Wherever you live, have it ready. So if you get pulled over, put the sports radio on. If it even gets friendly, you can say something that they'll know about with the sports radio. You could probably get out of a lot of situations this way. And then if things start going sour, though, shut the fuck up.
Exactly, just like the Pot Brothers at Law say.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Literally,
before then, in my opinion, before then, you should just,
Well, the reason why is
you be chill. You don't just like start off with like, I ain't saying shit to you. You can start chill, and a lot of times it's not even going to escalate. But
I mean, no, the way the Pot Brothers at Law, guys, you get
they're rolling dirty.
You can look them up on Instagram.
Yeah, they're rolling dirty.
The Pot Brothers at Law, but their script, they have a script for you. It's like if you get pulled over, whatever you got in your car, whatever, anything, it doesn't matter. They come up to the car. First thing you ask, why'd you pull me over? Okay. When they ask any question like, where are you going? What are you doing? Where are you coming from? Whatever, you just say, I'm not discussing my day. And if they continue, you just say, look, officer, am I free to go or am I being detained? And if you're being detained, you're going to invoke the Fifth Amendment. And then after that, what do? You shut the fuck up. Don't fucking say anything because it's going to fuck you in court. So there's your script. Look up at the Pot Brothers at Law on Instagram. All right. TIZZ Gang. Look it up.
The only problem with that is kind of like what Toowoketogobroke was saying is like, there's still people when it comes down to it. People are shaped, having bad days in all aspects of life.
If you got something in your car, weed, I don't give a fuck. Just fucking follow the script because, like, I don't care how nice they are.
What he was kind of hinting at, though, is if you start out cold, then they might escalate because they're having a bad day with their wife.
You don't have to start out
have
cold.
Little dicks.
They
think anytime you talk smart with them, if someone's in a bad mood, anytime you talk smart with them, they think you're being cold. Even if you're being friendly as fuck, it's just the way humans work. If they're like their wife cussed them that day,
now you're gambling. Now you're gambling with the situation. It's because at the end of the day,
you're right.
You're gambling with the situation because
I'm gambling.
Yeah,
I wasn't saying to say anything. I was just saying you act normal at first. Then if they ask questions at all, then you could.
Yeah, you don't just immediately.
Sometimes they'll literally just handle the business, be gone in 2 minutes. It's like, okay, that was easy.
I mean, you don't just immediately just like robotically fucking act like a fucking dick. But I'm just saying, like, do it like
that would be fun.
Do it with your character. Do it like be personal about it, but like just don't say anything too much. Like, am I free to go? Whatever. But then you just shut. If you're gonna get put in handcuffs or you're gonna be detained, just shut the fuck up. Just don't say anything. Because at the end of the day, if they search your car, whatever it may be, you're going to spend the night in jail and just suck it up and do it. I've done it. It sucks. But guess what? It's better than, being on probation for 2 years or whatever. Because in court, that shit is not going to stand. if they win if you did not consent and anything, like just be smart and just take the 1 night in jail, bail out, go to court. You'll probably win, especially if you hire these guys, I guess. Anyways, that's the script, Tizz Gang, Tizz fam, of another tangent that we
am I being detained? If I'm not being suspected of a crime, I got to go.
Yeah.
All you have to do is show them your license. You don't have to answer any questions.
You don't even really have to do that. You could just through the window. You don't have to hand it to them.
Through the window.
You do not have to hand it to them.
I don't know. You think cops sometimes they be nice, but they might trip.
Literally,
to be honest, I don't worry about Popo in Houston because they've got a lot of shit going on, and I feel like for the most part they like really
just stay out of Bel Air, West U, and like Southside Place. You know,
yeah,
they don't have anything better
there.
The fucking Bermuda Triangle is what I call it. Right, like stay the fuck away from that area if you're gonna be doing anything illegal. Because they
not in the car. Wouldn't do anything illegal in the car. That was my.
They're not in the car. The fuck, those motherfuckers pulled me over every time they saw my truck drive down the street, man. Like in Bel Air or Southside or West U.
You probably thinking illegal thoughts. I mean, they can tell criminals. If you've been working cop beat long enough, you can tell a criminal mind when you see one. This guy's.
They knew I was doing shit. They would wait by my fucking mother's house in Bel Air, like as I drive home at 3 a.m. They'd be right there. And I'd pull in the driveway, and they couldn't do a fucking thing because I was at my property at that point. And I didn't do anything illegal. But I mean, I used to pull out of that driveway, and a cop would literally just immediately pull down the street and follow me. They fucking hated my ass, dude. They hated that. They fucking knew me. They hated me. They fucking watched that green truck, dude. They were on the fucking lookout 24/7. They fucking hated my ass.
You were a menace?
No, he looks just like Benjamin Franklin. I mean, like, there you go. Turn your head to
No. It looks like he has one of those.
No, the other way.
But it's not fully white. It looks like it's one of those like flat.
Yeah, if his hair was white. If his hair was white right now, it's Benjamin Franklin.
The funny part is I kind of see what you're talking about too. Like, I almost see a little.
He's on the $100 bill.
I didn't.
On the 100.
Bro,
maybe I should put on a bunch of weight to get some glasses.
Bro,
people will think I'm serious.
This blows my mind. It blows my mind because the last time Larry was on the show, we did the longest episode I've ever posted, which actually has a lot of views for as long as that shit was, just over 3 hours. When we were talking about Friday, like Chris Tucker and all that shit, it was like a year ago. But I'll never forget, we talked about Benjamin Franklin for at least an hour on that fucking episode. Oh yeah, and the fact that he's on it, and Tuwo kept like, I'm going to read his books, I'm going to do this, and then we move on to another subject, and then you just bump in and go, oh yeah, I just think I found the one, and we're all like, what are you talking about? Then you're like, oh, this Benjamin Franklin. I was like, you're still talking about that shit, dude. It's a great episode, it really is, but it's 3 hours long, but it's funny that we're talking about Benjamin Franklin again. Then the next time Larry shows up on the show, and you look like
I'm not talking about him. I'm looking at him.
Damn, maybe I should start playing Benjamin Franklin skits. I guess that would be my new
dude.
You can watch that. Have you seen this man? And show $100 bill.
Dude, I should like do like a screen share shot of like.
I did it at a museum once. I don't know if I told you. I was with my homegirls in New York, and they thought I looked like the guy in the painting. They told me to stand by it. No, what happened was we were looking at the paintings with my homegirls, and these guys came up to me, just tourists. They thought it was me in the painting. Then afterwards, the girls making fun of me, and
Oh, nice.
Like some Asian tourist came up to me. I was looking at a painting and he literally thought it was me in the painting or my dad. Or
nice.
Something. I was like, oh, come on, man.
Come on, man. All right. Well, that's that. It's a coincidence to me. I think it's funny. Just, anyways, yeah. Because when you said it the first time too, I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And then I look, and he's got that white, like that wig hair look thing to it. No,
it's because of the green screen.
Yeah,
it like makes it
the
look
background
kind of
makes it look like that is what it is. For sure.
Oh, because
he leaned right there.
It's like it's the shape of the head too.
Yeah,
I gotta do something.
I think you guys had some serious material here.
We do, but like this is the champion, and we just laughing too hard for this shit. This is too funny. Yeah, no. Just while we're on the motherfucking topic here,
do $100 bill. I want to see that picture.
Can y'all see it with my screen?
Do the $100 bill.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, of course. Do the $100 bill though. This is the wrong picture.
So I wonder.
Yeah, sometimes you find those porn videos on Pornhub, and you might never find them again if you don't keep it in your phone.
That's always the biggest problem.
You don't ever have yours open up, and there's like 15 tabs in your iPhone, and then a couple of them are Pornhub classics.
All right, there's your 100. Yeah. There he is, right here. Look at this fool.
Oh, right. Yeah, give us the. And see, it's reversed because of the. Yeah, there we go.
Wow, Benjamin.
No, let me.
Yeah, he's got the same lips as me.
What you stealing boxes from?
Yeah.
Friday.
On Labor Day.
Labor Day. Smokey. All right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was a funny little side little story.
He's cool. He never wore glasses either. My goal is to never wear glasses either.
See, I don't need glasses. Those glasses y'all usually see me wearing, like these motherfuckers.
Just for respect?
These are just blue light glasses. No, they filter blue light out from computer screens. I'll get migraines like a motherfucker.
Damn. These do both.
Shout out to Felix Gray. Felix Gray, cut the fucking check, okay? All right. I hate Shaq. Man, y'all got the virtual glasses on, man. You don't have to worry about a damn thing.
Nah,
not at all. Anyway, so let's go back to what we were talking about. Yeah, so fucking the open carry thing. Yes, I get it. Like I'm not against that. I am against the abortion thing though that's coming up. That I'm not
yeah.
That kind of I like. I'm not like this pro-life, like pro-choice kind of person, but like I've had to deal with that shit before. Okay, I'm not gonna get into details. I'm just saying, like it's kind of just fucked up. I don't mind if I have to edit this out. I don't think I need to.
No, it's done.
We don't edit. We don't edit. Yeah, we don't edit.
Yeah, no, we do.
Fam.
Oh no, we edit.
Leave it.
Edit. I'm sorry.
Fam.
I edit. I edit a lot.
Talk,
I edit a
fam.
lot. Like a lot. I spend more time editing the show than doing the show. It's pretty. I enjoy it though. I'm not complaining.
It's kind of like when I'm back to my Pornhub. I spend more time trying to find which video I'm going to jerk off on Pornhub than the actual jerk. Damn, I lost the Benjamin Franklin, man.
Oh shit. But what I was saying was, yeah, I don't think Tizz heard me anyway. Up at Planned Parenthood, they knew you on a first name basis.
Dude, no comment, asshole. No comment, dude. No, I mean, look, I had to deal with some shit one time. It was a long time ago. Like, I'm just saying, like, let's just put it this way. In that moment in time, not only was I not ready to be in that kind of position, but neither was that other person. Like, by any means whatsoever. Like, that's just putting that other life in a horrible situation. I mean, look, we slaughter cows like it's nothing with a fucking. I mean, so it's just like I know this is so fucked up. This is fucked up for me to say, but I'm just saying, like, it's the way I see it. They're not alive, like, bro. It's bullshit.
That's how you look at women?
No.
You're comparing your sex with women when you accidentally come inside of them to slaughter cows. Like,
I hear you.
You hear what I mean? You hear me? Like, okay, I guess that was a little like aggressive.
I heard what you said. Yeah.
You say you brought up letting your sperm loose in women that you weren't ready to let it loose in. Then you mentioned how slaughtering cows is done. It's like an analogy.
That has got to get cut out.
Leave it. You got to leave that. Dude, that's the juice.
Oh my god!
Yeah, why do you?
I am going to get ripped.
You wish. You wish.
That would be the best thing for us.
You're not going to get ripped. Yeah, you're hot. You're hot.
Oh my god, dude! I can only imagine like, some of this.
It's got to be hot. It's got to be hot. Yeah.
Dude, okay, I'm gonna have to talk to you about this when this show's over because that is a fucking thing to.
I thought about it, man. That was awesome. That was the best moment in the show yet.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah. Wow. Okay, I said that. Holy shit. Yeah. So I just don't agree with it. I think that women should have the right now. If they wait till like goddamn, like the last minute to do it. But if it's like within like a month, like come on, man.
Well, no, they do. I think it's like 6 weeks, but you never know you're pregnant. You never know you're pregnant.
Well, I got lucky. They found out immediately.
Here's one thing: is people, if you don't like something, let me repeat that. If you don't like something,
okay. So wait, can you say that one more time? Because
I like.
If you don't like something, then just leave it alone. You don't have to. You don't have to do it, man. Who gives a shit if it's not affecting you?
So wait, what are you saying? If you don't really like a woman, don't put your dick inside her? That's what you're saying?
If you don't like abortion,
I mean, I think in a sense,
you don't like drugs, or you don't like loud car, whatever it is, fast car. Don't make it illegal.
Just don't fucking do it. If you don't like it, don't be around it.
Okay, what about this?
It's just like, God damn, like there's the technology's there for a reason. Like this isn't something that they just magically figured out. I mean, like happens like they scientifically figured out how to do this.
Benjamin Franklin did,
and it's like this is like science. It's like, oh, dude, it's fucked up to me, and I feel bad for a lot of the women in Texas that have to deal with that. There's a lot that love this. They're so pro-life. It's like, but most of those pro-life women, not to get political, most of those pro-life women, I'm sorry, Larry, most of them are just those privileged don't have to give a fuck kind of, Southern Belle Baptist kind of thing. I'm sorry, but that's the
liberalism
truth.
is just as much a biggest scam as any other political ideology.
I mean, look, women in the city, like, don't live those kind of lives. Like, it's some shit.
They have sex in the city, women in the city.
Sex in the City, Jessica.
They do.
Whatever Parker her name is.
It's like if you don't care, if you don't give shit air, if you don't give shit air, then it's not as big of a deal, anyways. Like,
what I want to know is,
people are saying racist shit. If you sit there and argue with them, you're only creating more dialogue of racist shit, because they're not going to change, and they feed off of you arguing with them anyway, right? Like, or whatever.
Oh, they love it. It's like politics, religion.
Like, just leave them be. Leave them be.
I agree, man.
But what I want to know is why now? Like, why did this law
pass
now?
That's a good fucking question. Why?
There's some people who are so pissed that Trump lost, they're just trying to pass even more
this is right-sided
laws.
Yeah, I mean the GOP in Texas is very powerful right now and can pass laws that they like without
Why would they do something that they don't piss so many people off? Because they're pissed that they're losing, that people are down Republicans?
Because that's what happens right now.
It's all about proving your power.
I mean, we're at a precipice right now where you're either going farther right or you're going farther left. And see, Biden's going to be like the last centrist that we see, I think, for probably quite some time, because I think we're divided enough now that you're going to start seeing like more widely rooted candidates. Yeah, and the candidates don't really matter, but if the people behind them,
right, the candidates are just puppets, and we've always talked about that. And you know what I mean? This is gang war, dude. It's Crips and Bloods, man. It's so crazy. It's Crips and Bloods. We're so divided. Crips and Bloods. It's gang war. Like, I stand right here in the middle.
But that's all politics is enemies versus friends. That's literally all politics is. You can't get into political minds without having enemies. That's what the definition of politics.
Right, no, that's fine. I get it. But it's just not Republicans and Democrats anymore. I mean, this shit has gotten so out of control. And we've been saying this, and Larry, you haven't been on the show in a while. I don't know if you listen. I'm just saying, like, it's Crips and Bloods, dude. That's what
I agree. People are so angry they don't even care about vetting the information. They're just like, it comes from this guy. But like you said, they're all working on the same sides.
It's all a bunch of bullshit.
It's all a bunch of companies, corporations.
It's just like Biden and Trump. Like, people are like, Biden did, Biden, Trump that. It's like, dude, those guys are just puppets. You do realize that, right? Like, there are people and companies behind the scenes. Like, they're just the face to the fucking problem.
They don't even get to know the real dirty secrets of American presidents, because they're only in for 4 years, and so the real people who are in the deep government, they work for the government for 30 years, 40 years. Some of these people who go to Harvard or Princeton and get government jobs when they're 20.
I don't even like to get into the politics anymore. The whole thing is just like, that's just what it's become.
Next, what else you got?
Sorry, no. I just wanted to say though. I mean, y'all have good points and everything. I mean, but that one law specifically, I mean, that genuinely could affect me. I mean, it could, because I've been through it. So that kind of pisses me off. It's like the first time in, I think, my life that an actual law has come into place, unless it had something to do with like marijuana or some bullshit like that. But like, which hasn't in Texas. What I'm getting at is just like this abortion restriction thing, dude. It's fucked up.
I mean, it's not really that fucked up. People just need to. It's wrong. Yes, it is wrong. They make a law what people can do with their bodies.
They're talking about
time for thousands of years. Maybe they're pulled out, or you took the next day pill if you didn't pull out, or other than that, baby's coming.
I mean, I get it.
So for thousands of years, you either pulled out or next day pill if you knew you didn't pull out. So it's
okay, well, let me wait. I did. I pulled out. For
sure. Wow, you were young then. You probably had really strong, really potent. Probably wasn't smoking as much weed.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I pulled out. Okay.
Are you sure?
100%. I know exactly. Yes.
Yeah, there's different twitches.
100%.
Yeah. See, it was a squirt, then a twitch out. See, that's different from a pull out.
I'm a professional. I'm a
but those are different levels. Now you are.
Yeah, now you're a pro. Back then.
Oh no, this wasn't. This was long ago, but it wasn't that long ago. It was within the past 5 years.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, like, I'm a full-on adult.
He's been playing pro but at a low level. He's in the league, but he's like,
look, we don't need to get into this anymore than we already have. But what I'm saying is I just think that right there is just not really acceptable in my eyes.
It's messed up, but it just shows. I mean, people. The sides, like you said, are getting more divided. Next.
What's the point? Okay, all right, we're done. TIZZ next segment. Motherfucking segment.
Maybe that should be the name of the show. Next. Whenever we feel it getting boring, just somebody should say next.
It only takes one person to get
not a bad fucking idea, too. Not a bad idea at all.
Now you can run live episodes once a month, and the people, when they say next in the comments too many times, you.
And then sometimes,
I want to do some announcements and shouts. Announcements and shouts time, guys.
Next. No, I'm just kidding.
Shouts. Toowoketogobroke over here is being a 100% genuine asshole. Just checking. Quick announcements and shouts. Announcements is, guys, this could potentially be the first TIZZ Talk podcast that actually goes to YouTube. This episode in general. Now I will be cleaning it up.
And he's going to erase all the stuff that he says that he really means.
If you are a loyal TIZZ Talk listener, I want you to email what's your email, Tiz?
TIZZ Talk, TIZZTALK @gmail.com.
Email that email and tell them you want uncensored TIZZ Talk.
Okay, and that's fine.
The
if you want it.
The higher ups are trying to censor this content that you love.
No, he claimed he was one of us, but as soon as he gets on,
this is a PSA.
Look, I got to go through and edit all this stuff in the first place every single time. Sometimes
for quality and clarity.
And Toowoketogobroke, there's been times I've had to take some shit out. Now the beauty of it is I saved all the originals, so I could always go back and do an outtake episode when I want.
So you're gonna create an OnlyFans for your podcast. Nah, we want the real shit.
Pretty much. All right, man. Let's do some birthday shout outs. I just want to give a huge I was with her at the time, but Megan Payne, Mama Mia Megan, she's been on the show once or twice in the past. She just had her birthday. Actually, I was in San Diego hanging out with her for her birthday. So happy belated, even though we hung out and I gave you we had a blast. Logan was there. Fucking Logan, Jesus Christ. Gotta give another shout out to my homie at Jess the Success, aka Jess. I won't say your last name. But happy 37th. Your birthday was on the 29th. I was actually with you in San Diego as well. Shout out to the Bag Boys Discord channel. TIZZ fam, if you want to follow us on some stock plays, just look up the Bag Boys Discord channel. We show option callouts. We do everything. We got plenty of experienced traders in there that will definitely let you know what they're trading, and you can follow at the Bag Boys on Discord. Sorry, just had to shut that out. Anyways, Jess the Success, happy birthday. My boy Chris Losi, CeeLo, the older brother of Kalo. Happy fucking 33rd, man, belated. August 30th, man. Hope you had a good one, buddy. Another one, Lily Garner. Love you, girl. It's been a long time. Happy belated. Yours was on the 1st. And that's about all the birthdays I have here in front of me. Oh, I got a shout out to Laurel Vera. Happy birthday coming up on the 9th. And we love you and thank you for being a very avid and regular listener to the TIZZ Talk podcast. Miss you. Love you. Talk to you soon. All right.
You never shouted, though. You kept saying shout out.
Well, that was just the birthday shout outs.
But you said that you should have been like, yeah, Laura, 23, what's up? Yeah, because it was shout out. Okay, I mean, that's like that lady from Kirk who said LOL but didn't laugh. She would go, LOL. LOL.
Okay. Also, happy Labor Day.
There you go. Hey, Labor Day. It's a shout out.
Happy fucking Labor Day. Announcements. I know I've been saying this for fucking a really long time, but like YouTube, I think is ready. In my opinion,
YouTube is like a big pussy just waiting to get fucked.
I think it's ready. I think this could potentially be the first one. If not, it will be the next. But this is a good first test.
It needs to be because he looks like Benjamin Franklin.
Not anymore. I had it. Or if I go back, you have to pull up the
He
statement.
still got it.
Well, okay, all right.
I'll have to talk to these French. Maybe I can.
Now he looks like what do you call those dudes?
I don't know what you're getting. But
like French. He looks. Yeah. Anyways.
French.
On that note, let me.
So basically, the blickies are out. Either be scared, be chilled, or have a blicky. That's the point of that one before the pregnancy one.
Oh, with the guns,
With the guns. We never summed it up. So basically,
you're right. We did.
The blickies are out.
I appreciate the sentiment, but once we say next,
my bad. I was trying to get the Benjamin Franklin stuff, and so I was trying to. Okay.
Yeah, it's all right. It's a new format.
It's fine. It's all good. All right. So the next is going forward. Holy shit. Okay. Real quickly, I want to give a huge shout out to my boys Bruce Wayne and Adam with 2 M's over at the Best Trade Kingdom Discord server. TIZZ Talk Gang. If If you're interested in learning about stock or option trading and want to grow your knowledge of the stock market to ultimately create passive income with the possibility of earning enough capital to have a financial freedom that you have always dreamed about, please go check out the Best Trade Kingdom Discord server. I will drop the link in the description below. And at the same time, why don't you come check out our server, the Bag Boys with 2 Z's, like TIZZ, the Bag Boys Discord server. I'll drop that link as well. Lots of good traders in there. We do some gaming, all sorts of cool stuff. But yeah, go check it out. Just want to give a big shout out to my boys Bruce Wayne and Adam at the Best Trade Kingdom Discord server. Check it out. I think we've covered and talked about all the other stuff we just talked about. We don't even get back into it. But I do have a question for you guys. Vaccine mandates.
Well,
what do you think about this?
When a man,
not trying to get political, I just want your opinions.
To set a date for a man, that's something.
No, like mandates. Oh, I get it. Okay,
it won't go first.
To set a date for a man, I'm like, wait, what? Like,
I'm not like, man.
That was a good one.
I think that it's just like a little bit too soon to be making people do stuff like that.
Well, it was like the mask mandates, but this is like a different situation. I mean, this is like you putting something in your body. It's not just putting a
exactly. And I think
that's a little fucking
steamrolling us.
Because I'm sorry, nobody can tell you 100% certain exactly
what COVID is.
Long-term effects.
I mean, they're already coming up with the 3rd shot, so obviously it ain't perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking booster, nothing like that.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like, hey, look, guys, I've said this before. I am still not vaccinated. Now, I was actually
dirty.
No, that's not true.
You can't.
Hold on.
You can't be sending women to the.
Listen, I got COVID. I got it real bad last year.
Oh, double dirty! That's like Magic Johnson. Like he got AIDS, but
I got the antibodies, and I just figured out I'm blood.
You had COVID?
Oh. Yeah, dude, I got it last summer.
Now you don't so funny. You have COVID because you go to a bar.
I don't go out. I don't go around people. That's the thing. I'm just saying, like I had.
Maybe you could get a note from your doctor that says I had COVID, and then you won't have to get the mandate.
Well, they haven't really fully put it in place. Like in a lot of things, there's some
in California, LA they have, in New Orleans they have.
I think it's a little bit like too much. I think it's
too much control. It's like, okay, I didn't get my flu shot, so I can't come in. I didn't get my flu shot, so I can't.
What happened to people being able to die?
Look, I'm gonna get it. I am. I promise you, I'm not anti-vax. But the whole thing, and I've said this before, the whole thing about it, and this is the only reason I bring it up, because it's really, all these mandates are starting to come into place.
You don't tell a man what date.
But it's like, first of all, what? You just get some card. I mean, that is like, it looks like a fucking,
on your phone, on your phone.
Looks like a fucking report card from fucking elementary school that you have to, that's your proof. Like, okay, look, I'm just saying, like, I'm going to get it, but they keep saying booster shot. I'm like, well, figure it out first, and then I'll fucking take it. Like,
guess what they're going to say? Guess what they're going to say? Then some popo can just be walking by and say, hey, I want to see your fucking, card or whatever.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
You think it's going to get
implications of it?
That's the implications that it could go to.
History has never gone back on anything. Ever.
But
that's what lawyers know better than anything.
With technology, people are too free, and there's
free to get paid. Technology people are less free than ever, dude. Everyone's on groupthink
if
now.
that happened, think about all the people that
even has
revolt
discourse
against it. They would
nobody. They do it for a day.
We're talking about years down the line. It's not today they're going to do it. It's all of a sudden 10 years have gone by. Most people just take it anyways.
And I'll take it. It's like a flu shot. Like I get my flu shot, right?
But I don't want a flu shot either. I haven't had the flu since I got the flu once as an adult. Actually, and I haven't had the flu shot since high school.
I've gotten flu
and I got the flu because I was sharing, directly with someone who had the flu, and I didn't know.
I mean, dude, I've gotten the flu.
Sharing what?
God knows how many times.
Like mouth to mouth stuff.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like they had the flu and I didn't know until when they flew
someplace later.
Okay. So that's different. I was so close to it. Of course, somebody gets sick.
You've only gotten the flu one time. I've gotten the flu I swear 30 times.
You don't get sick if you sleep well. Drink lots of water.
I drink a lot of water. I don't sleep that well.
And when you start getting unhappy, you get sick quick. Because when I was unhappy, I was getting sick all the time. Like not even joking, sick several times a year. Boom, boom.
I mean, I just get I get allergy. Look, okay, we're going so off topic, but I mean, thank you.
Oh, so back, where do you?
No.
On the back?
Finish. Yeah, next
mandate,
on this flu shit.
It's just a slippery slope because, like he said, it's not about what they do today. It's about 20 years from now. It's about 30 years from now. That's what they don't. Once they take it back, they don't then give that away. Nobody fenced up a piece of land and said we're just going to use this for the next 100 years. Then gives it back to your family 200 years later. That's not how it works. And so,
that's
the things. The implications of it are more ominous than getting sick from a flu shot.
Let me see your papers.
I just look. I think there's some things that it's okay.
That's what
like Mr. Jones. The papers, Mr. Jones.
I just think there's some things that that I agree that fine, that makes sense to like make sure your employees are vaxxed or whatever on certain issues. But like to be able to travel, to be able to use public transportation, to any of that stuff, and like to not be vaxxed and like you're denied that privilege, it's almost stepping across a line there.
Because here's what the government could do too. They don't even have to make it mandatory everywhere, but there's certain places you have to go, right? Like if you want to do much in life, like the DMV or they can be like, no, any
government facility, could enforce that, at least. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when does that become a little? When is the line draw? Where do you draw the line in the sand?
Look, eventually they're going to vax that ass up.
I mean, like I said, I'm gonna get vaxxed, but
see, he's already planning on it.
I am, but get the booster shot shit figured out. Like, get this thing dialed down a little bit more, and I'll fucking do it.
Get a booster.
Hey, have y'all heard though? Now they're saying they're gonna slang. It's been approved, not just boosters, but pills you take regularly. Like I think they're Pfizer.
Talking about fucking what Joe Rogan did. He had those like horse.
No.
Like actually, like a
they're gonna have like pills you can take to stop COVID.
That's like Joe Rogan.
It's gonna be a Pfizer pill that goes with the shot to boost it. Like you have to get the booster as much as you take the pill like regularly.
I mean, I think can we just get the shot with no booster, and then that's when I'd feel the most comfortable taking it.
Well, it's just really sad, man. Like,
I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it before that. I'll take it before that.
It's not really a thing.
I'm just not scared of it, man, because look, I've gotten it. I got over it. I got the antibodies, and I'm blood O type plus or whatever. Like I just found that out, which is like supposedly the most resistant. It's just like it doesn't freak me out, and I don't surround myself with people. I mean, I go to the office. I close my door. Like, I mean, I do talk to people, but I mean, I'm keeping my hands clean and I'm cautious about it.
Well,
and then I spend most of my time by myself making podcasts, fucking making music, stocks, working. Like, I just don't socialize as much. I'm just saying, like, it's the chances of me contacting and are there.
I don't think anybody should have to take it. That's my vote. What's your vote?
I agree. I don't think
they have to take the shot. They shouldn't have to.
They shouldn't have to.
But they're not forcing people to take it. It's just like you might be in a situation to the point where you might be out of luck.
Like, hey, you want to go to
you want to fly on an airplane? Yeah, exactly. That's where the line in the sand needs to be drawn because that's where it's fucked up. You're losing your freedoms at that point. Your liberties.
Next.
Next. All right. Sorry. Well, I just had to ask. I mean, because it's a big fucking topic.
Next.
Yes. Next. Okay. We talk about this usually on every episode, but just want to talk about the market here a little bit.
Oh no, the fans hate the market talk.
No, they actually don't. I get messages on like, I want to learn how to option trade. I'm serious. Like they like it.
Okay. Well,
we don't have to talk long about it. Just dip into what's going on currently. Like, what the fuck your take on some of this stuff? There's a lot of shit going on right now in the market.
Isn't there always a lot of shit going on in the market?
Yeah, there always is a lot of shit going on, Larry, in the market. But like, it's this like time of year. It's like September. It's usually a weird month for tech stocks. Like they call it September.
Is it because Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur are coming?
Yeah, that's another one. It's like sell Rosh Hashanah, buy Rosh Hashanah, sell Yom Kippur. That's what they say. The Jews.
Wow.
Those Jews.
They're uncertain right this time of year. They're not certain how Thanksgiving and Christmas are going to be spending wise and all that kind of shit. So everyone's a little bit like, oh shit, let's see. And then the more good it looks, the more you'll boost the next quarter.
Right. And I understand that. It's that month. And there's also other things to keep in mind. The whole Fed tapering situation. You know what I'm talking about?
Selling off equities off the balance sheet and things.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to start tapering this month, and that's, caused some wild movements on SPY, on a lot of things like lately, whenever these people talk, I mean, the swing.
I think it'll be a rough day tomorrow, probably, huh?
Well, I think it's going to be a very weird week. First of all, there's a lot of news coming out tomorrow. Like the Fed, the Fed's talking. The New York Fed is talking in tomorrow, like I think 12:30 p.m. Central Time. I want to say. I wrote this article and threw it in Discord, so I can read it real quick because there's a lot of shit going on. Then you have crypto. Look what crypto is doing. It's basically, Bitcoin's sitting just above 51 again.
I think everybody should just buy all these little altcoins that are cheap, and they're going to make some money. I mean,
just be careful with that.
NFTs are the new.
I'm not big on Cardano.
Well, Cardano's at all-time highs. That's chasing at this point.
Yeah, but I think that's the one to buy.
You really at this height? It's like
I think it's the one that can hit. I think it's the one that can hit 25.
I mean, it's the third largest market cap. What I'm saying is, it's riding high. Like it needs to take a breather. I mean, you're basically buying it.
I didn't mean to buy Cardano. I'm just saying I'm up big on Cardano, but a lot of the other ones, like random shit, like IOST and Tether, and some of these other ones are good.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's like it's penny stocks, just in the crypto market that never closes. And I mean, I get it. Like you can make tons of money on really small priced penny stocks. I mean,
just check the market, buy the ones with the smallest market cap and the smallest price.
Just make sure there's some volume on it. There needs to be
the smallest amount of tokens. And if you just buy those, you're going to do well.
Well, I wrote this report. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to break it down. I mean, since tomorrow, today's Labor Day. Over history, I looked this up. Over the past 5 Labor Day trading weeks, the week tends to be worst in the month of September. So expect low volume across the board. Sorry, something popped up on the screen. Expect low volume across the board, except for certain sectors, with the exception of meme stocks and squeeze plays.
Low volume.
Which I got a great squeeze play. Toowoketogobroke, I sent it to you. You know what I'm talking about. You know which one I'm talking about? VIH.
Yeah.
I just said it. Watch out. That thing is going to squeeze, bro.
Hey, but isn't Rosh Hashanah Tuesday? So like you said, it's low. So you buy, then after Rosh Hashanah, it's up again.
Well, I don't believe in that. But anyways, like, look,
that's anti-Semitic,
the reaction to the jobs report, after a horrible jobs data report, miss, which was about like 500,000 less than expected.
Nobody wants to work, man. That shit sucks.
I know. It's a lot of investors will monitor to see if the sentiment will continue on for the weeks ahead. Going sideways is an ideal situation to shrug any negative, like.
A lot of unemployment benefits end very soon.
They just ended. No, they just ended. The New York Fed, like I said, New York Fed President John Williams is speaking Wednesday, this coming Wednesday at 1:10 Eastern Time. His view is extremely important as he is one of the closest to Fed Chair Powell. Jay Powell. S&P 500. SPY took a hit on Friday due to the jobs report miss, but climbed back towards the end of the day. The current high that SPY needs to break is 454. That makes new highs continue to be bullish above 446. That's his 20-day moving average. We may see some sideways movement as we approach a little bit of a volatile September with FOMC. Quad witching is coming up as well. Do y'all know what that is?
No.
Tony, do you know what quad witching is?
Nah, what's quad witching?
So quad witching, y'all find this interesting. It's about options. They're monthly options, weekly options, and like whatever options. They all expire at one time because like there's monthlies, there's weeklies, and then there's like SPY that's got 3 every week.
Yeah.
A quad witch is when all of those expire at the same time. That's called quad witching. So that's a crazy day.
It's like a sandwich.
Yeah, it's like all these contracts are coming due to expire, so it makes a huge impact on the market.
Yeah, everything comes together.
That's called quad witching. So that's coming up, by the way.
Are those generally good or bad, or they just make a lot of
it really just depends. I mean, a lot of people
a lot of volatility.
A lot of volatility. A lot of people like to buy puts. A lot of people like to buy calls because they're crazy.
I'm going to go ahead and say next, though.
Okay, that's fine.
What about NFTs, though?
NFTs
are bogus, but you can make a lot of money on them.
Yeah, exactly. Bitcoin's above.
I think I'm going to buy like $2,000 worth of NFTs and just see what happens.
So not bogus then. What do you mean?
All right. Well,
bogus then?
We got to go to the next topic.
They're the same as buying a Bitcoin, but they're more rare.
No, they're not the same.
True, but they're similar. Well, concept-wise.
I don't have. NFTs to me is kind of like
meaning-wise to people. They're not.
It's like a joke.
Only buy the flyest ones though. Like here's my goal on NFTs is to buy the most branded ones that are like the first off. So if I just name any brand that's like I don't know, like whatever people are into is what you want to buy, whether it's fucking Nike or, something like that. Maybe as those start rolling out, get the first ones of some Nike
and then you
shoe
can
or some
sell them for
bullshit
more.
like that.
It's like people really just want to pay for a digital picture of something like what.
If you can get like a Nike shoe that's early or a Yeezy or some shit like that,
but
these kids are going to pay.
Or in the games
I'm just trying to unload it on some kid later.
When video games come out, like say Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, any like custom Nikes you buy for Grand Theft Auto, you buy them for a few years and sell them for a bunch on Grand Theft Auto Online.
So what we're gonna touch on next, have you heard about the new catchphrase going around college stadiums?
No, I haven't.
It's the new. It goes something like "fuck Biden, fuck Biden."
What does that mean? Like, they're not going to wait anymore.
They're saying
that's what they've been saying. They're like, "Fuck Biden."
Football stadium.
But why would they say that?
I thought you already had it ready to go.
Well, I had an article, not a video.
Oh yeah, we want to see this shit.
Articles have the video if you scroll just right.
All right.
But I mean, it's kind of interesting.
I know. I'm interested.
It is interesting because it wasn't just one stadium; it was multiple stadiums all popping off, and so probably if it's already say 5 this week, 6 this week, with 70,000 in each, it'll be in 10 stadiums next week.
I think in the next week or two. Now, I don't think anything will actually come of it, but there's supposedly a trucker strike that could happen where truckers just park their trucks in the middle of the road.
Truckers' lives matter.
Yeah, truckers, man. People got to respect the trucker.
Yeah,
that's trying to make truckers get shots, and truckers don't want to get shots, and they live a solitary life. They, of all people, shouldn't have to. I mean,
truckers just following that long white line, and you just gotta get out. Don't cut off a truck and slow down. Like they're on easy street now. If they're just cruising in the left lane, fucking everybody, then fuck them. But generally, 9 times out of 10, a trucker is a better driver than most other people.
Y'all want to watch this Biden shit or what?
Yeah, let's see this shit.
Run it.
The way you transition into that is next.
That's your call sign, son.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm the next
guy. So you have to go on TikTok, and we'll find it eventually.
So remember when we were talking on the last episode about how Miles was like,
yeah, Miles,
and I put his voice messages in the episode. Donald Trump shit. He actually did. I found out he did pass.
Oh no, really?
And last December, he was hit by a car.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
I just found
out. In Twitter videos posted online by Old Bro Sports.
I asked Logan. Logan was like, "Oh, you didn't know?" I was like, "No."
Damn.
In Twitter videos posted online by Old Bro Sports. So we gotta go to Twitter, Old Bro Sports.
The rest of peace to Miles Farrell. Jesus, I didn't know that. It's fucked up because I put those messages on the last episode. I don't feel bad. I mean, that's just him. Maybe like people will listen and be like, "Dude, that's so awesome!" Like, listen to his crazy ass saying he's got Donald Trump selling buildings.
No, that was a great voicemail, and it's hard to leave a good voicemail. Most voicemails you just
he was the best at it. All right, take.
So they're pissed about Afghanistan. That's what I'm asking. These kids are specifically college level kids.
I think with social media today, like anything that everybody else is following, like you're part of one or the other group, and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
When I was their age, I didn't give a fuck who the president was. I don't give a fuck.
Well, if you didn't give a shit when soldiers were dying when your team was running the show, then you shouldn't really care when some. You know what I mean? Like, be consistent is all that you need to do in life.
That's the thing. Is like, I've never really been the one to vote for any of the presidents. I always just write my own name, and at the same time, like, I just think that the division that's become of us in the United States is so fucked. It's whether it's anti-vax versus vaxxed, whether it's Bloods or Crips, whether it's whatever. It's like this is like 1968 all over again.
Ooh. What if gangs like the Bloods and Crips, not them specifically, but those are another thing that the CIA did invent that they help from early stages proliferate? Because the division of people keeps them totally impotent because you don't actually, do anything like when you're being divided. So who knows? They
infiltrated them. They infiltrated the Black Panthers.
Everyone.
They infiltrated them all, man.
You remember too that Mr. RAPP got mad because I called them Crips and Bloods?
Oh yeah, he's like acting like it was cultural appropriation.
It's like you can't be doing that. Like I grew up in the '80s. Like that's some real.
Yeah, it's
shit.
like what are you talking about? Fucking cracker. Yeah, man. Fucking.
I grew up in the '80s.
And then the whole.
Like he was a crack baby.
The whole the Black Air Forces thing. He got mad about that too.
But he was wearing black Air Forces?
He's an angry little man.
If he's wearing black Air Forces, that means he's
the guy is. I'm not gonna talk shit, but the guy is like, he's OVO. He's OVO to you.
OVO. So male ovulating. That's not cute.
Yeah,
it's a long story, but that was a long fucking night. I'll tell you that. I was. Well, anyways, I mean, I think we touched on a lot of good topics. I mean, I'll clean this up, but we always got to give our peace outs and stuff. But is there anything that you guys want to talk about before we end the show?
I'd say to any listener that's
NFL. Do you want to just say what your thoughts are, or no? We save it for another time.
Nah, when does it start?
Next weekend.
I'd say nah.
All right, next.
Yeah.
Larry, what was that?
I don't even know.
We could talk about what?
Well, you didn't know. I recently found out what fapping was a couple weeks ago. Coconut. You found out what was? The term fapping meant. So that's a term that's been around since the 80s, but I thought it was a new kid thing. Don't kids say it today again or no?
I mean, shit.
They say it.
Okay, so I never heard it when I was a kid. So fuck you. You probably talked like a
It wasn't popular until 2000s.
See, I never heard it just recently, and so it blew my. I thought it was some new shit, but apparently, that was it. Yeah, that's my take. It's not a very salty one.
I think Bezos. While we're on topics of things,
Big Dick Bezos.
He's trying to figure out how to keep that dick going into the next millennium. He's putting money into staying alive forever type technologies.
Dude, the Blue Origin's rocket looks like Bezos' cock.
Oh yeah, it's literally him penetrating space.
Yeah.
He wants to be the first man to penetrate it multiple times.
To go deeper.
He's going to go deeper into space than any man before.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Big Dick Bezos.
But he wants to live forever. So now the billionaires, the next wave is and a lot of them are going to keep this under wraps a lot more because they don't really want normal people to know that they can live way longer if they get there. But the next frontier for them, besides going into space, is learning how to live forever. Because once you can leave to other places and then claim them and live forever, then you really got some. But
who the fuck honestly wants to live forever?
Bezos does.
It'd be cool to live forever.
No,
wait, you misunderstood. It'd be cool.
Something to live forever. They don't want to die when they're 100.
Right. It'd be cool to live forever, at our age right now. But if you're gonna live forever as a fucking 100.
Yeah, like you're saying, you're like 105-year-old.
Yeah, it's like
that's not how it's gonna be. It's gonna be like you can figure it out. It's gonna be regenerated, but it's not gonna be freezing.
It's something
that can truly regenerate.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
Anyways, Bezos won't pull off in his lifetime, but yeah, that's what they're all hoping for. That's why he doesn't try to save Mother Earth.
But here's a thought: if you're a high-level scientist right now, man, you could make a lot of money ripping off these gullible rich dudes. If you start a tech company based on that. Oh man, you could get rich.
Hey, watch out with these ideas, man.
Yeah, watch out, Bezos. Somebody's gonna sell you.
No, I'm saying don't let someone take your ideas, man.
Oh, some kid is going to take it. They're going to get Bezos in 10 years for $1 billion or $2 billion.
Hey, guess what? Anybody who's listening to this, we're patenting that tomorrow, and don't worry about even fucking with it.
But Tony doesn't know science. He'd have to learn science.
Yeah, I want somebody else. Take the idea, run with it, kids.
All right. Well, that's a 45% equity cost to you.
That'd be fair.
Yeah,
I would take that. 4.5%. I'll take.
Yeah.
4.5. I said,
well, yeah. If you make this type of business, it's going to be billions of dollars.
Yeah, Bezos will pay
20%.
I'll take 7.9.
I mean, 15. Steve Jobs would have given all his money if the scientists come along and convince them they can make it live.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you have that technology, these rich guys will give you all their money at the end of their life.
And they can make another 500 million with their connections if they keep living. Yeah,
you'd be like, all right, Steve, you got 90 billion. We want 80, and you'll live for another 50 years. I mean, what's he going to say? No.
So in your
$10 billion
good idea for a sci-fi book.
I mean, if you have $10 billion, you can buy whatever you want.
That's the book. There's a company out there that
more benefit
that can make you live for a long time. But if you don't have enough, but if they don't have enough money, or they don't like you and they don't want to do business with you, you're going to die, and everybody else is going to keep living.
Well, that's a scary thought.
Welcome to the future, my friend.
Oh my God! Welcome to the future. I mean, what's this, Skynet? Fucking shit. Oh, Tizz fam. All right, I think we've got to wrap this one up. Unless y'all got anything else to say.
I'd say if you want to go listen to an old school hip hop or rap album that you haven't heard in a while, go check out Ghetto D, Master P, and just give it a listen. And remember Master P. You know, I feel like he gets forgotten a lot more than all the other legends of rap.
But look, go get some P Miller fucking 30-inch spinners on your fucking in the car, okay? Cut the check.
That would be cool too if you can afford it.
But yeah, he gets overlooked. People think he's simple because of the beats, because of the
Yeah.
But actually, he
No
was the
Limit
first one to
Soldiers,
really
man.
put it down.
We talked about this before you got on. We went off about No Limit.
Okay, nice. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, Silk is still good today. Snoop, all of them.
Yeah, Snoop. See, I didn't. Yeah, exactly.
Snoop a little.
Snoop a little. Yeah.
Popped the lock on the Benz, took his keys, too high to see his own enemies.
That's not on Ghetto D. That's
it is. Oh yeah, it is.
No, it's that song you're talking about. I always feel like somebody's watching me.
No,
I'm paranoid. I can't see. I'm in the dope game. That song's on Ghetto D. I have all those.
It's on Ghetto D. Look at all these haters.
That's a true song. Oh yeah, that song's a Ghetto D. You just did two different songs.
You
said Pop is locked to the keys.
We gotta move. We gotta move.
We gotta move
real quick. We're gonna do our outros and everything. We're gonna do our.
I always feel
crazy fucks.
That's on Ghetto D. I'm gonna look it up right now. Hold on now.
Oh shit.
Man, TIZZ Talk fam. What do you think? Who's right? Ghetto D. I
have it. You don't. Look, true. On my phone right there. True.
It's your little green screen shit won't let us see your phone.
Here, look at my face.
Hold on, Ghetto D.
Yeah, but I can't read that.
Yeah, true. The song. Play it.
I always feel like someone's watching me.
Play it. Yeah, no, I'm talking about stop all this hate and that's it.
I know that's on Ghetto D. You were saying a verse from this song. You said pop.
No, stop hating. Pop the lock on the Benz with the keys too high to see his own enemies.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I know I'm right. That's like my favorite CD for like a little bit in middle school.
You got me there.
Tizz fan, I think we're gonna cut it.
We gotta cut it, but yeah, go check out Ghetto D.
But before we cut it, I do always want to start. Give me 2 minutes on it, like because I do struggle with this on a daily basis. As Ross Baldwin says, like, listen, guys, like mental depression, anxiety, whatever, you are not alone. I suffer from it. I learned this past May that I do, and just know that you are not alone, and reach out to the people you need to. Don't isolate yourself. Just do you, but man, you're not alone, man. Like, if you think you're the only one struggling through these times, you're not. Just keep that in mind. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Elevate whatever you need to elevate. If you got low vibration, take some shrooms or some. If you're feeling dull, read some books. If you're not the type of person to get psychedelic, just know that you're not alone. Listen to this podcast. Listen to the Ross Baldwin podcast. Fucking put on that app, Headspace, and But also ask yourself too, though. I mean, based on what you just said, if you're not the type of person to do something and you've been unhappy, maybe you need to look at the type of person that, you know what I mean? Try some different things.
Right? Well, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Was good. Yeah. You read a book if you're feeling dull. If you need to change your creativity, you take shrooms. If your body feels tired, you also exercising.
If you're the type of person who
if you're having hobbies, you start painting. Like there's just a lot of things, like you said, that you'll change over time if you actually.
Like life is short. Like I should.
No, don't get hung up on the shrooms. There's lots of other. That's one thing.
No. I'm just saying, like life is short. Like, dude, I should have died 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I should have died 3 years ago in that car accident. I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm still here. I don't care how sometimes.
Maybe you should have lived. And so that's why you're still here.
What I'm saying is like, I try not to take it for granted anymore. Like I try, and don't get me wrong, like I thought I was like invincible when it came to like having mental breakdowns or whatever. But back in May, I went through it. That was a fuck me moment, dude. I mean, it stopped everything. I mean, I've never witnessed that. And I told y'all about this before. Larry, you weren't a part of the conversation, but I mentioned it. But like, I like to harp on it because I know that like I am not, and I still do. I still struggle with, I don't want to call it depression, but maybe it's anxiety or just like overthinking things. Like I'm so busy that I tend to freak myself out, dude. Like to the point where I can't even fucking sleep sometimes. That's the truth. I'm just being honest. Like I have restless nights, man, and I'm starting to feel it more. Like I used to maybe shove it away, and I think it all just came back like tenfold, personally. And I realized, like, dude, just realize you're not alone. If you got a problem, like there's someone out there that will talk to you, whether you hate therapists or not. Like just be vocal about it to the people you trust. I mean, obviously, don't tell some idiot you don't trust. Like talk about it because it's the only way it's going to make you even feel somewhat better. Or you can just shrivel up and be alone and miserable, like in your apartment all day long, like just being like that. I mean, like it's not the life to live. That's all I got to say. I just wanted to harp on it a little bit because I deal with it. I recognize it and I'm not afraid to admit it. It is something serious that a lot of people go through. And I'm starting to realize that I've become one of those people. I was just so subconscious to it before I never realized it.
I ain't mad at you.
No, I mean, I'm just being honest. I just think people need to hear that kind of shit, man. Like, like you're not alone, as Russ Wilson says, like you're not. Like I used to hear him say that, but like when I experienced it and now I realized that, yeah, I do feel that way. I might cover it up. I might like not show it, but deep down inside, like, yeah, there are those feelings there, those anxious, depressive feelings subconsciously that I can't get rid of. And I'm working on it.
Nice.
To the best of my ability.
That's all you can do, though.
Hey, man, look, if I'm not honest about it and I got listeners that may be struggling through the same thing, then I wouldn't be a good host if I didn't at least express it out to anybody who has anything close to similar to what I feel. And I will leave it at that.
What he's trying to say is get your mind correct.
Well, you know how I always end my
mental
show
weed
with
eating.
That, right? No, but too, you're right. I mean, like, sorry for getting so deep, but I just, it's just something that I care about. Like, I understand it now. Like,
yeah,
I used to not care, so that's the only reason I harp on it. But yes, what you did say was correct. Get your fucking mind correct. I guess this is the segue to the outro.
Yeah.
All right, well then I'll go first since you already kicked me off. Kicked me off to going for it. So Tizz fam, thank you for listening to the show. Larry Sellers, thank you for being back, baby. He's back.
Appreciate it, man.
Always Toowoketogobroke, can't do it without him. He knows that. This has been a great show, and again, this could be the first YouTube, so we'll see. But yeah, to harp on what I was saying, it's like, look, I always say the same things, and y'all can get used to it. Get your mind correct, right? Just get your mind straight, figure it out, and then keep your mind correct, because that's the hardest part, is keeping it in that state of mind. And then the last thing I always say is, the Tizz doesn't ask why; he asks why not. Now, if I do this, is this going to be repetitive? This Tizz thing, should I say? I like to do it because it just eggs him on to come back on board. I'll do it for Larry. I don't think Larry's hurting the wall.
No, he doesn't need to hear it.
Come on.
Next.
Right, fine.
Stiz.
That's it for me. Go ahead, Tua.
Nah, I was gonna talk shit to Stiz, but Stiz is all right.
Oh no! Please talk shit to Stiz. No, he needs to hear it. It'll be funny. He's gonna laugh.
Yeah, Stiz. I mean, out there fly fishing, right? Isn't that what he's doing?
He's a guy.
You're fighting the flow. Don't go with the
Sorry.
flow.
Weed cough. No, he's a fishing guide.
His needs you, dog. Silent ass.
Invisible, silent, whatever.
Yeah, but didn't that? That's it. As always, go check out Ghetto D if you want to hear a nice timepiece rap album out of the New Orleans. They're hurting down there with the hurricane. The least you can do is go download a couple Ghetto D songs, because
Get that ghetto D, fam. Get that ghetto D.
He will give back more money to the community than any charity you could donate to. Just go buy a couple Masterpiece songs and you'll help out the community in New Orleans.
Yeah, and please, you know what, Tizz fam, sorry, I know you gotta go. Look up some donations, like charity groups or whatever, for the whole Ida thing. Seriously. Yeah. Shout out Kathleen, my sister from another mister. I love you to death. I've been talking to you since you've been there. I'm so happy you're safe and everything. But like, TIZZ Talk is going to send to whatever charity or whatever program you want. You know, we'll talk. But I made it very clear last night on a post I made on Instagram that was very aggressive. But it did say at the end, it's like, why don't you just stop, bullshitting with fucking Instagram and bragging, and actually, why don't you think about the suffering people in New Orleans for once in your life? I mean, I call people out, and so I donated like 1,000. Well, I did. Whatever. I still.
There's always suffering going on in the world.
I threw two $500 donations to two of these charities, man.
Keep it a secret. Whenever you do charity, keep it a secret.
I'm just saying, like, I want people to do that. Like, please, like, if you can afford it, just do it. Like,
donate anything you can.
Like, man, we went through Harvey. I mean, like, there were I didn't get affected, but like, you would hope for some kind of donations and people out there helping you, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's like the right thing to do, especially my girl leaners out there. I mean, dude, I'm sorry, I just had to do it. Like, I'm not trying to put myself on a high horse. Thing. What I'm saying is, it's just like, yeah, dude, I made a post on Instagram last night. I was a little heated about a couple things, but the one thing I made clear was, why don't you just shut the fuck up and donate to some people who fucking need it? Like, think about the people who are suffering. Stop fucking bragging about your fucking cars and airplanes and boats and who gives a fuck. Like, people are suffering. That was my point. Sorry. Went on a rant. There we go.
Or you can help out people. Some people don't have the money, but they help out with their time, and that's just.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the same thing. Same thing. Yeah. Same value. I mean, actually, that's even more.
But maybe more, yeah, because you can actually.
Or just be cool in your own circumference. That's the least you can do. Just be cool.
I mean, look, man, I didn't say anybody's name or anything. Are you talking about what I posted?
No.
Oh, you're just talking in general.
Yeah, he's just giving advice.
I thought that was directed to me. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead and finish off, and then Larry will go, and we'll cut this thing.
No, nothing. Larry, man.
I saw that new Marvel movie, biggest movie ever, Memorial Day weekend, and that's all I have.
Right. Which Marvel movie?
You know what?
Shang.
Oh, yeah, that one.
How was the race?
What?
How was it?
Race. Oh, rated PG-13. PG-13.
How was it? 1 out of 10.
Oh, you know what I like Marvel movies.
Give us a 1 out of 10 rating.
No. So the ratings right now are off the chart. Highest rated movie ever. And part of the fan rating sitting 98 have to be racist because by Marvel movie standards, it's above average the Marvel movie. But it's still crap, and the ending is complete crap. But there's a couple good. Really cool fight scenes.
While we're talking about ratings, I want to make one thing clear. I've been seeing it.
Be quick, because we got like 2.
I've been seeing it on social media. Yeah, I just want to end with this. If you think Breaking Bad is better than The Sopranos, man, like, you don't know shit, man. Let me tell you that right now.
Breaking Bad was a great show. I've watched it.
Great show. Good show.
But you know me. I love The Sopranos.
Sopranos is way better. If you find yourself thinking Breaking Bad was better than Sopranos, A, you're probably stupid. B, you probably were kind of sheltered too. You really don't know how any like street shit goes down and how anybody moves or anything, because it's just completely unrealistic with like the archetype villains that they use that are over the top. Sure, Tony Soprano gets lucky all the time, but so does any guy who's at the top for a while. You know what I mean? Like, and then
it's a TV show at the same time.
Yeah, they got to keep the story going.
Because if he dies,
Sopranos is ironic. It's funny. It's dramatic. It's
realistic.
It's the best.
Realistic. I mean, he goes and sees a therapist. I mean, it's like real time shit.
It's always operating in every single scene on like at least three levels. That like irony, funny, maybe whatever's going on, man. It's like always on more than one level. Breaking Bad is not on the same plane as The Sopranos. Okay,
and
I'm
I
sorry.
agree. I think they're both great shows, but if I had to choose between the two, and I've seen The Sopranos more than Breaking Bad. Now I'm gonna leave it at that because we got to wrap this up. So,
Yeah.
anyways, Tizz fam, do your duties. Please tell at least 1 or 2 or 3 people about this show. Just word of mouth means a lot. Spotify, please follow us on that over Apple. But Apple's a great platform at the same time. We are looking to get this YouTube thing running. I think it's going to happen. This might be the first episode, and then if that takes off, we will do Patreon. But other than that, Tizz is out. Thank you so much. Peace be with you. Shout out to all my influencers, my sponsors,
Franklin.
and Franklin. Thank you, Tuo. Thank you, Larry, for being on the show tonight. We got some more bangers coming your way, probably in the next week or so. Stay tuned. And other than that, TIZZ Talk is out. Dit and Dat is sitting there chilling, and then motherfucking Larry Sellers, what it do, baby? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, death to all traitors. Death to all traitors.
It's the TIZZ Talk Podcast.